Hi, I'm Alex, 35, and this past Christmas, my daughter's empty placemat became the last straw. I'm the one who labels the holiday bins, keeps a battery drawer, and shows up early with folding chairs. I don't drink much. I don't shout. I fix Wi-Fi and wobbly tables. My family likes me because I'm useful, but this time, they forgot a plate for my daughter. Said there wasn't enough. Because she upset the golden grandchild. Let me paint you a picture. Christmas at my parents' house is a ritual. A little too rigid, a little too nostalgic. Same playlist from 2008, same dusty plastic nativity. Same red table runner that's probably older than me. My mom bustles around like a frazzled cruise director. My dad grunts instructions from the kitchen while carving the roast. And my brother Nate, the golden son, drifts in late with his son Max in tow, 9 and wild. Max is the gravitational center of my parents' universe. Everyone else just orbits. I showed up with Sierra, my wife, and Lily, our 7-year-old daughter. She was holding a carefully wrapped drawing for Nana, a crayon family scene with stick figures under a crooked Christmas tree. The proud kind of handmade gift only a kid could deliver with both fear and hope. I smiled at her. It's perfect. We hung up our coats, took off our shoes, Mom's floors just got done, and helped bring in the sides. I even remembered the gold-edged napkins Mom asked for, because I'm the responsible one. I always am. Dad gave me a nod from the kitchen. Help me with the roast, champ. Lily peeked into the dining room and pointed. Where do I sit? Next to me, I said. But something was off. 8 plates were set. Shiny forks. Fancy napkins. A pitcher of cider. Place cards written in Mom's slanted script. Except there was no place for Lily. No plate. No fork. Just a blank spot. A bare square of table where a melted candy cane had once stained the runner. I kept my voice light, like I always do. Hey, Mom, we need a place setting for Lily. Mom didn't look up from the sweet potatoes. There wasn't enough. She upset Max, remember? Sarah tensed beside me. What? She knocked over his cup tower. Nate chimed in with a shrug, already chewing. Max was upset. Lily whispered. I said sorry. Mom waved a dismissive hand. We don't reward bad behavior. And just like that, Max reached for seconds. A heaping scoop, grinning like a banker with no budget. My daughter sat in front of a blank placemat, hands folded in her lap, lips pressed into a silent line. Something old inside me stirred. Something I've ignored most of my life. I looked at Sierra. She nodded, eyes wet but steady. I stood. We're going to head out. Mom's smile turned sharp. Alex, don't be dramatic, Nate snorted. Dude, it's Christmas, but we didn't argue. We gathered the gifts we brought, still wrapped, and we left. No one stopped us. Not even Dad, on the porch, the air cut like a knife. Lily climbed into the back seat, quiet. She didn't ask why. She didn't cry. We heated up chicken nuggets when we got home. Sierra added carrot sticks. We ate on the couch under a blanket that smelled like laundry soap. Lily watched a movie and narrated it in whispers. Look, a dog. Like everything was still okay. She didn't mention the missing plate. I lay awake that night longer than I should have, replaying Lily's hands folded like a prayer. The way Mom looked at me when I asked for a plate like I'd asked her to split the ocean. Around midnight. My phone buzzed. 9 missed calls from Mom, 4 from Dad, 2 from Nate, a new family chat banner. We need to talk about Alex. Then at 9:47 p.m. The one that finally broke something. Dad, rent due tomorrow. Not we're tight. Not can you help. Just an assumption. That my wallet belonged to him. That was the moment I stopped being useful. And started being done. The day after Christmas, the world outside was pale and quiet. Inside, our apartment smelled like coffee and waffles. Lily padded out in her fuzzy socks, holding her stuffed fox under one arm. She tilted her head. Is today still Christmas? It's the day after, I said. She grinned. Which means pancakes. Obviously, I said, and she laughed like that was the best joke in the world. Sierra had a short shift that morning, so I was on breakfast duty. Lily stirred the batter while I flipped, and for a while, the only thing that mattered was whether the chocolate chips were evenly spaced. After breakfast, I opened my banking app. The side dish and dessert we brought. $73. The gifts we bought, because we still draw names every year for the kids. $120. The same tradition that, oddly, never once drew Max's name to us. Then I opened the family group chat, The thread was already blowing up. Mom, we are all disappointed in how you handled last night. Aunt Lisa, let's remember it's the Lord's Day. Nate, you owe Dad rent. Dad, new system this month. I'll send the link. I typed 3 drafts. Deleted all of them. Then I did something simple. I scrolled back and saved the photo I took of the table. The one with 8 plates. And 1 empty square. Then the 10-second video I shot without thinking. Max being served seconds while Lily sat in front of an empty spot, and the voice note Mom left while we were driving home. There wasn't enough because she upset Max. I dropped all 3 into the family chat. Then I wrote, "Last night you didn't set a place for my daughter. You said there wasn't enough because she upset Max. He got seconds." We left. The typing dots exploded. Mom, you're taking things out of context. Nate, dude, be a man and stop whining. Dad, we'll talk later. Rent first. Link coming. Mom again. Lily should learn consequences. I stared at that last one for a long time. Consequences for being 7. Sierra texted me privately. Sierra, I'm with you. Say the thing. So I opened my notes app. I started listing every quick favor from the last 12 months. $120 for Dad's car inspection. $200 for Mom's emergency dental visit. $70 shortfall for Max's birthday party. $150 when Nate said his bank app was frozen. I totaled it, $1,480. I took screenshots. Drop them into the chat. This is just last year. I didn't complain. But last night crossed a line. I won't pay your rent. I won't keep showing up to places where Lily is treated like less. The reaction was immediate. Mom, how dare you tally our kindness? Dad, pay rent first. Argue later. Nate, my kid is not the problem. I answered Nate directly. Your kid isn't the problem. The way you treat my kid is. Nate, if she didn't knock his build, it was cups, I replied. She apologized. Mom tried a new angle. Your father's blood pressure is up. This isn't good for his heart. There it was. The guilt grenade. If something happens, it'll be on you. My stomach twisted like it always did. That old reflex, fix it. Make it better. Don't be the problem. But then I looked at Lily on the floor with her drawing pad, sketching a fox in a Santa hat. She was humming. She wasn't asking why Nana forgot her plate. She was just being. And I knew. I couldn't let this be her story. So I typed 3 letters. Me. No, Mom. No what? No to paying your rent. No to pretending last night was normal. No to being your emergency fund. Then I left the family phone plan, paid off my device, moved Sierra and Lily to a new plan under my name. Sent one final polite text, "We've moved our numbers. Please remove our lines from your account." Gad replied instantly, "Why is Max streaming premium games on my data?" I didn't answer. I opened my email instead. Subject line, boundaries. I kept it short. I will not pay your rent. I will not attend events where Lily is excluded. I will only discuss money with actual bills attached. Do not contact Sierra about this. I CC'd Sierra. BCC'd myself. That was the day the calls started. From numbers I didn't recognize. From cousins who just wanted to understand. From Dad. Asking if I'd seen the link yet. From Mom. Leaving voicemails that began with sweetheart and ended with selfish. I didn't pick up. I just kept going. One boundary at a time. And for once, I didn't feel cruel. I felt like a father. Asterisk. It was 3 days after Christmas when the doorbell rang. 10:40 a.m. Quiet apartment. Pale winter light slanting through the blinds. I opened the door with the chain still on. Dad stood there, alone. Wearing the good coat. The one he saves for weddings and bank meetings. His expression was tight, hopeful, worn down like a boot that's been walking the same trail too long. "Hi," he said, trying a smile. "Let's be men about this." I didn't open the door. "Come on," he said, quieter. "Help your old man out. 1 month. That's all we need. Then we're square." I looked him straight in the eye. "Dad," I said, "I adopted a kid. I budget grocery bills like a mortgage. And 3 nights ago, my daughter sat at your table with no plate. While Max got seconds, he didn't blink. Didn't argue. Just looked at the floor. Your mother gets carried away." She didn't mean it. She meant it enough to say it. He looked past me, into the living room. He saw the crocheted blanket from Sierra's aunt. Lily's whale drawing on the wall. Our artificial tree, blinking in the corner with the ornament Lily made from macaroni and glue. He swallowed. Heart, we can fix this, he said. I nodded. But not by me paying your rent, he sighed. You know your brother doesn't have it. I know, I said. And I'm done carrying what he wants. His jaw tightened. Your mother will be furious. She already is. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out an envelope. Like it was a peace offering. Just take your Christmas card, he said. I took it, but didn't open it. He waited. I didn't move, okay? He said finally. Okay. He left without yelling, without slamming a door. Just walked back to his car and drove away. I leaned against the door after I locked it, my hand shaking. Then I went back to Lily. She was sitting on the floor, her fox tucked under her arm, holding up a crayon drawing of pancakes shaped like stars. Want to help me make cocoa? I asked, with marshmallows. Obviously, we stirred in circles. The kitchen smelled like sugar and safety. My phone buzzed again on the counter. I didn't pick it up. Not this time. Boundaries are allowed to people who preferred you quiet. The days after that were a slow motion storm. Mom's voicemail cycled through all 5 stages of manipulation. Sweetheart, we're worried. You've embarrassed us. Max didn't sleep for 2 nights. Your father's doctor said stress is dangerous. We don't know who you become. Nate sent me a 3-paragraph text. You think you're better than us because you adopted. You always needed attention. You always wanted to be the good one. Pay the rent and shut up. I stared at the word adopted like it was a splinter in my eye. I typed, deleted, typed again. Then sent. Never talk about Lily like she's a prop, ever, he replied with 3 laughing emojis and chill. I blocked his number for a week. Bliss. Sierra, and I taped a whiteboard to the fridge and wrote 3 rules. No one makes Lily small. No one makes mom small. No one makes dad small. Lily added a 4th, in shaky letters. Everyone gets a plate. She decorated it with stars. We took her sledding behind the library. Simple joy. Cold hands. Red cheeks. Pure laughter that had nothing to do with being enough and everything to do with being at home. I scheduled my dental checkup. Unsubscribed from the family's streaming account. Calculated how much I'll Venmo you later had actually cost us to $146.88. I cooked big meals and froze the leftovers. I put $50 in a savings account labeled boring emergencies. I slept. Not well, but better. Then on day 5, Mom texted, come by Sunday. Just you. We'll talk. I replied. No ambushes. Public place. Library. You apologized to Lily first. She sent a single period. Then, fine. That Sunday afternoon, we sat in a library study room under fluorescent lights that made everyone look like a tax document. Mom wore her nice sweater. Dad wore the good coat again. They looked tired. Not dramatic tired. Human tired. Mom opened her mouth. Closed it. Then tried again. I'm sorry if no if, I said calmly. Say it for Lily. She swallowed. Looked down. I'm sorry I didn't set a place for Lily. Dad cleared his throat. We messed up. Thank you, I said. We don't do that again. Mom blinked fast. Max is sensitive. Lily is 7, I said. She's ours. She's not second. Silence stretched. Someone shelved books outside the room. A kid shrieked in the children's section. Dad slid a paper across the table. About the rent. You'll figure it out, I said. I sent resources. I can help you call. Mom stiffened. We're not helpless. Good, I said. Then you don't need our money. She leaned back like I'd yanked a cord she'd been resting her weight on. You're cruel sometimes. I'm boundaried, I said. It looks similar if you're used to me being easy. The clock ticked. Mom sighed. We'll go to your counselor place. We'll try. I nodded. Thank you. We didn't hug. We didn't cry. We didn't burn the earth or bury it. We made a time. I wrote it down. Outside, my phone buzzed. It was Nate. I almost didn't answer. Mom's crying, he said without hello. Happy now. I'm not happy, I said. I'm also not your ATM. You think I don't want to help. I can't. You can. That's the difference. No, I said. The difference is, I do. You don't. You're going to keep Lily from us now. You did that, I said, and hung up. At home, Lily showed me her tooth. It wiggled. She beamed like she got a promotion. We ordered pizza to celebrate. She put a slice on a plate. Then, because she's Lily, she put a second plate next to it and said, This one's from my fox. She laughed at her own joke like she'd nailed the punchline of the year. That night, the quiet in our home didn't feel like distance. It felt like space. Hours. Asterisk. We didn't talk about the rent again. Not directly. But the family chat turned into a slow boiling pot. It started with Dad texting me a blurry photo of a scribbled budget. A calculator in the corner. Working on it, he wrote. Then added, proud. It was half a joke, half a question. I answered, yes, then sent the number of a financial counselor from the senior center down the road. Free classes, free help, he replied. Your mother won't go, I said. You can. He sent back a single thumbs up emoji. It felt like a crack of light under a very old door. Mom. Meanwhile, when Facebook public, a long status with no punctuation. Kids these days no respect everything is me. Cousin screenshot it and messaged me privately. You okay? I wrote back, yeah, we're good. She replied, good for you. Someone had to say something. Those little invisible thumbs ups from the corners of the family. They started stacking. Quiet support. Not loud enough to cause drama, but present. A sort of passive wind at my back. Sierra and I did a whiteboard audit on our fridge one evening. Wrote across the top, what changes? She hovered her marker, then smiled. Vacation fund? She said. We both laughed. It felt like saying the word dragon in a library. But we set it up anyway. $25 auto transfer every paycheck. Tiny, insultingly small. Also everything. That weekend, I watched Lily make a poster for school. Fox facts. She drew 5 kinds of foxes. Colored them in. Gave each one a name. She asked if Nana would like it. I think so, I said. But that's not your job. What's my job then? Be you, I said, forehead to hers. She nodded solemnly, like she already knew. January came like a clean page. Thin snow. Thin light. Quiet. Mom texted a new group thread. Family dinner. Next month. Our house. New rules. Everyone eats. Everyone helps clean. Costs covered by hosts. Bring food only if you want. Then, a second message, we're serious. Nate responded first. LOL, what happened to you two? Dad replied, we're trying something new. I stared at the phone and showed it to Sierra. She raised one eyebrow. We're RSVPing, I said. Only one condition. I typed, if there's a plate for Lily, we'll be there. Mom replied, there will be. The day came. No gifts, no side dishes, no expectations. Lily insisted on bringing her lettuce salad. She washed each leaf herself. Took it very seriously. We walked in. The table had enough plates. It had place cards. Lily read hers out loud. Lily, one shaky letter at a time. A star sticker next to her name. She lit up like someone had turned on a lamp inside her chest. Mom fluttered. Look, she said, trying too hard. Enough this year. Lily ran her finger across her name. That's mine, she said. Yes, I said. It is. Dinner wasn't perfect. It wasn't healed. It wasn't a rom-com ending with harmonies and hugs. But it was better than there wasn't enough. We ate. We helped clean. We left early because we like our couch more than their couch. Because home is ours now. Not a place we keep trying to be welcome. No one asked for rent. No one texted guilt. At home. I opened the envelope Dad had tried to hand me at our door days earlier. Inside was a photo. Me. Holding Lily in the courtroom the day her adoption was finalized. She's holding her fox. I'm holding her like the world, on the back, in Dad's neat uppercase print. Proud of the man you are. Learning, too. Dottie showed it to Sierra. She pressed the corner of the photo with her thumb like she was anchoring it to reality. Keep this, she said. I did. It went up on our fridge. Next to Lily's fox poster. Right beneath the whiteboard, she added a new rule in purple marker last week. Everyone gets a plate. She drew a heart next to it. One for me, one for her, one for Sierra, a tiny fourth one, probably for her fox. That's it. That's the line we live by now. Everyone gets a plate. If you forget, we leave. Spring came slow that year. Pale green like something learning how to try. We thawed, gradually, not just the sidewalks, but the story we lived in. Lily brought home a flyer from school, sharing day. Her chosen topic? Foxes, she said proudly, because they're sneaky and smart. Of course they are. We bought poster board. She practiced facts in front of the mirror, wore her red scarf, and brought her stuffed fox in a tote bag labeled Professor Snuggle. She got a sticker that said great job. But I watched her eyes. They didn't need the sticker to believe it. A week later, I got a photo from Dad. Their backyard. Raised beds half planted. A string line. A note. Trying carrots this time. Progress. No guilt. No, we miss you. Just dirt and effort. He sends a photo like that once a week now. Sometimes with a green check mark. Sometimes not. Just. Here's where we're at. Mom sends fewer texts. Fewer ultimatums. But more effort. She asked for a budgeting worksheet I mentioned. Sent back a screenshot with 3 lines filled in and a single caption. This is stupid. But okay. Progress in my family looks weird. That's okay. I'll take weird over worn out any day. Sierra and I did something small and impossible. We booked a vacation. Nothing fancy. A rental cabin near a lake. 2 nights. A promise. When we told Lily, she gasped like she won the lottery. Will there be trees? She asked. Yes. Will there be pancakes? Obviously. We planned it. Budgeted it. Paid for it with no guilt attached. Not a family gift. Not a guilt bribe. Just us. Choosing joy instead of fixing someone else's broken ceiling. One evening, Lily curled up in my lap after brushing her teeth. Dad, she asked, yeah? Was I bad at Christmas? No, I said softly, touching my forehead to hers. You were great. Will Nana like me later? That's Nana's job, I said. Your job is to be you. She nodded. I think she knew. Sometime in March, Mom texted a dinner invite. Nothing fancy, no rules. Just, come if you want. There's a plate for Lily. I didn't say yes right away. We talked about it. Waited. Then, one evening, I replied, we'll come. But only if everyone helps clean, Mom said. We will. And you know what? They did. Nate was late. As usual, Max spilled juice. As usual, but when Lily reached for seconds, no one blinked. No one flinched. No one invoked consequences. She was just a kid with a plate and a seat and a napkin folded like a triangle. She laughed. And that sound. That's the sound of. Enough. I wish I could say everything stayed. Better. It did single quotes T. Nate still sulks in group chats. Mom still forgets. Boundaries like their socks in a laundry basket. But I have the tools now. I have the word no. I have a folder of screenshots and a file labeled receipts that lives on my desktop. Not for revenge, but for clarity. And I have something stronger than apologies or edited memories. I have the rules on our fridge. No one makes Lily small. No one makes Mom small. No one makes Dad small. Everyone gets a plate. That's the rule that changed everything. Not everyone is perfect. Not everyone agrees. Just, everyone gets a plate. If they forget, we leave. That's not a threat. That's a promise. A parenting principle. A human one. Because the truth is, love without respect is a bill that never stops coming, if I pay it. I teach my daughter to hand over her plate with a smile and call that kindness. I won't. I didn't make a scene. I made a boundary. I didn't send a speech. I sent screenshots and a no. I didn't slam the door. I locked it and opened it later. With terms. And when my phone buzzes at 9:47 p.m. now, it's usually a photo of Lily and her fox asleep under the quilt. No rent links. No emotional bartering. Just my life. Small, quiet, paid for by us. I'm her father. That's the job. That's the whole job.